So guys, we promised you a next video after we've done a complete rodent proofing, sanitization, and you're still getting that activity.
That's right. So in this video, we're gonna go over 3 tactics that you can do to stop that rat infestation in your home once and for all.
Let's get right to it. All right, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you're getting a rodent infestation, love to hear what you have to say, any ideas as well. So look, guys, these rodents are becoming so aggressive. More than ever in our entire career, especially I think, there's a lot of facts out there with the COVID-19, with restaurants being closed. These rodents, what happens is we have now disrupted their activity. Before, they had a day-to-day same way of eating every day. So with all the restaurants and everything being sort of shut down, we've disrupted that activity. So now they're getting a lot more into the residential properties.
And the other thing is we're noticing on a lot of these rodent proofing jobs that rodent companies are coming in and they're putting 10, 15, I've seen up to 45 rat traps in an attic.
Yep.
And none of them are being activated. So what we wanted to offer really is if that is not working, stop paying rodent companies to come in and set more traps.
Or the glue traps, guys. A lot of our customers are saying, I even tried the glue traps, Trends, and I go to the front yard or the backyard, and the glue trap where I had it inside is now outside.
Right.
I mean, these rodents are becoming stronger and beefier and strong enough to take those sticky traps to the exterior portion of the property.
That's right. So when you're dealing with a very aggressive rodent infestation in your home and you're hearing the scratching noises and all of that, the thing you want to do is stick with the old traditional traps. And what we're going to do is we'll give you that visual. Let's go to Robert on a job site that we just completed all of the cleaning and sanitization. We secured everything. We're going to show you what we do on our first step here.
We'll take it to Robert out in the field.
Thanks, Dave and Jim. As you can see, that the twins already got the cleanup done. They had the barrier set up. They opened up the drywall, got all the contaminants out, vacuumed everything, and applied the enzyme treatment. So now that that's done and the exclusion work is done, now it's time to set the rat traps. So that's what we're going to go over today. So these are the rat traps that we really like to use. These are the old school Victor rat traps. They're very, very basic and simple, but they are the most effective once everything has been sealed up. So I'm going to show you how we bait these here. And this is, I found this to be very, very effective in catching rats. So I use 2 different kinds of baits in conjunction. One is a Slim Jim. I take a little piece of Slim Jim here and I put it on the hook, right? And that creates a mechanical connection to this tab. So when the rats come to bite on this and chew on it, they actually move this, which causes the trap to go off. Versus if you were to use peanut butter all by itself, they could lick the peanut butter off and the traps wouldn't be set off. So along with the Slim Jim, to make the connection, we put a little bit of peanut butter on here to help attract them to it. So they're going to smell this peanut butter from in the attic. So they have that on there. They're going to go to town on that peanut butter and then get to the Slim Jim. And once they do that, it's a wrap. So one thing that when it comes to setting these traps is you have to adjust them. There's a tab here that you have to actually move and bend over slightly so that when you pull the bar over and connect it, it's very, very sensitive. As you can see here, we want that to be on there very, very sensitively. If you open the package, and I'm going to show you that, if you open the package here and you go to set it, you have to pull this bar up. That takes the staple out. On the trap itself, this little tab that holds the bar is bent over severely so that when you set it, it'll be hooked on there so well that sometimes the rats can eat the bait and not set it off. So you want to take this little tab and bend it over and adjust it so that these are sensitive. Okay, now we're going to go set these in the attic. I'm going to send it back to Dave and Jim.
All right, thanks, Robert. So when we set up traps like that with the peanut butter, what we do is we monitor those traps. We monitor them for about a week to 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks, depending on how aggressive your rat infestation is. Now again, if those rats aren't biting on those traps or that peanut butter and you're still getting that scratching sound, then that means that the rat traps are not working.
That's right. So guys, there's a couple homemade rat traps that you can do. And again, when it comes to rodents, you've got to test all kinds of different things. Right. It's not just one strategy. So I have had great success with clients. And one thing to think about, guys, your belief system is completely different from, some people love a humane way to get rid of their rodent. They have a whole different approach on the rodent control. So these are for people that have just been fed up, massive infestation around the property. And in order to eliminate the population around the property or in the attic, these are some great ways to just finally get rid of it if the rodent guys and the traps aren't working. So Plaster of Paris is a phenomenal way to sort of mix with flour. Some people mix a little bit of white sugar in there or some chocolate. And you want to mix, each one part equal to each other. You want to make it like a cookie dough, and you want to make different sizes. So you want to make a large one, small one, medium sized one. And what happens is as they eat, the plaster dries up and it hardens inside their bodies, their intestines. So and then they end up dying. So this is definitely a very good way of eradicating, large, massive infestation of rodents.
One of the things that I like personally, I know my brother loves that Plaster of Paris, and that's fine, whatever works for each individual. But personally, I don't know what it is, but I've had great luck with a flour again. But I tend to use flour, sugar, and then I'll take some baking powder. And I don't know, it's just the baking powder has like this non-sense to it. So I feel like they're more aggressive with baking powder and this combination here, which is flour and sugar. Again, 1 part flour, 1 part baking powder, then throw some sugar. Just mix it around. You don't have to add water. You don't have to make any balls. Just set it in place, and it's amazing on the activity compared to a rat trap, especially when you got a bunch of rats.
The thing about baking soda is that the rodents don't have the ability to burp or gas.
Pass gas.
Exactly. So what happens is as that bubbles up into their system, it expands and basically pops the inside of their internal organism. So it's, again, guys, this is, a non-humane way. Sometimes people say just, trap it safely and then let them out in the wild. So really, again, this is just a way of, if you're just exhausted, you want to get rid of it.
Yes, this is something that, guys, I really encourage you to consider at least trying. Put them in the attic, put them in the garage area. You can kind of just see the activity and really get a sense of what they're liking and what they're not liking.
Yeah. Ultimately, the best way you can protect your home is exclusion, having the right products. All the small holes, dryer vents, they're going to get into that way. So that's the best thing you can do is a full exclusion and then trap utilizing this type of concoction.
All right, folks. Well, hey, listen, we would love your feedback on what has worked for you in getting rid of those rats. Love those comments, so keep them coming. It really helps our channel out. And again, so much gratitude for your time spending here, and
we'll see you on the next one.